Welcome everyone, I am EUFM and this is the second streaming of Single Player Podcast, a place where we can talk about video games and probably more. And yes, I said we because I have the pleasure of being with two good friends with me throughout the show. But before introducing them, you can find us on Spotify by the name of Single Player by EUFM. We are also on Instagram making cool carousels and of course our magazine, Single Player Log. It's available for free for you to read it. This streaming is being broadcasted on my Twitch account, EU_FM_, and it will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, Single Player Podcast ENG of English. I will upload all the sections individually during the next weeks, and subscribe if you want to know about us. The music used in this show can be heard on YouTube and Spotify. And finally, if you like what we do and want to be part of it, you can support us on Patreon. You will find all the links in the description box. I hope you enjoy this program, and let's start. As I said, I have the pleasure of being with two of my best friends. And here they are. Hello, boys. As I said, I have the pleasure to be with them. First, I would like to introduce my captain, or our captain, Fabio, also known on the internet as Miglio.
Hi everyone, how you doing? How you doing, Ew?
Hey, what's up? On the right, Casares, who packed his personal belongings and went to live on the nearest island to dedicate his thoughts exclusively to us.
Greetings, mortals. How are you doing, guys?
I am great.
We were just here, we were talking about, doing a broadcast, talking about video games. What do you think?
So I heard. Amazing stuff.
Many video games. We've already made this one, and I've added a new game, only one. I hope you like it, friends. I know that this last month it's been the Nintendo Direct, the State of Play. At the end of August was the Gamescom. That is also an event that we're going to talk today. Also, I know that Casares had the opportunity to enjoy the Konami podcast, the Konami event. That I thought it was this good game, this famous game that this game that they said that it were going to be famous, and this
they kind of created a lot of hype, saying we're going to talk about a game which is a great game for the community, and we all love and have great memories about. And people were basically talking about Metal Gear or Silent Hill. Oh, it's going to be great, And then basically they talked about a remaster of Suikoden 1 and 2, which I think is great. But at the same time, that was the main point of the conference, so it was a bit weird. In the end, basically, the conference was 26 minutes and it finished, and everyone was like, that's it?
That's it? This is everything? What is the bit announced?
So, it was great. It was great. So much better than all the rest of it.
Yeah,
And let me ask you, boys, do you feel some excitement about any games that is going to be launched soon?
Some, yeah.
I am crazy about Street Fighter 6 beta close announced. So I waited too much for this game. I think this is a great opportunity to Capcom to do amazing again.
And you said it was close. I mean, it's not going to be for everybody, right?
No, it's a beta close. So you need to do the registrations and send you. Sorry, you need to do to petition. How can I do?
A petition.
Yeah, a petition about to enter the beta. Maybe you have a yes or no.
Have you asked for it?
Yeah. We to PS5 and PC in both.
Nice.
Hopefully you'll get it.
Yeah, just in case.
And you, Casares, are you feeling excited about a new game?
I think that most of the games I'm excited about are games that we're going to discuss here. I don't want to create any spoilers. Some of them are well known. For example, the Hogwarts Legacy, but some of them are not so much well known, and I think they also deserve a place in the general conversation.
Nice. As for example, it is the one that
Uh,
we're going to talk today.
yes.
Okay, so it's we are going to
Yeah,
have
it's
our.
a secret. It's
It's
a secret.
nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Okay, so then for me, yes, for me, it is not a game that I'm going to talk today. The games I'm going to talk today is because they are in a way special. But yes, for next month, it's Scorn. I believe it's Scorn. The game I'm ready to investigate a little bit, and I've already pre-ordered it. So it's a game that I would like even to broadcast it because I think it's a game for me that reminds me of old games, but in 3D graphics and a new with good graphics, with the modern standard graphics. And also, yes, of course, the God of War in November, Callisto Protocol December. Yes, I would say that I have like a game for a month.
Okay, good. Is this Corn an first person shooter or?
You would say yes, but since
Okay, no
but
gameplay. No gameplay has been shown.
yes, no, a lot of gameplay, and there's
Okay.
there's a lot of data on the internet, but I
Uh-huh.
haven't had the time still to investigate. There
Okay.
will be some news here. We'll blast it in single player podcast. Stay with us. So let me tell you guys about the Gamescom 2022. Have you been there anytime soon, or were you in the past?
I've never been to. No, I've heard of it, and some great games have been
Announced.
announced this year, and previous years, obviously. But no, it's never been like my main focus when I think about video game conferences.
What about you, Fabio? Would you like to go? I know that you haven't, but would you like to go?
Yeah, I would like to go. I have some time. I want to try this in United States, but I don't have the time to do. So maybe the next year. I don't know what event is the next year, but I would like to go. Yeah.
Well, but let me talk to you a little bit about it. Um, it's usually Gamescom is a really important technology trade affair, especially for video games, and it is usually held at the end of August. So, Fabio, you could, if you want, you could have the opportunity to go. Also, because it's held in Cologne, in Germany. How is your German?
Column.
Du sprichst Deutsch?
9. Tut mir leid.
Englishly, please. Englishly.
Um, and yes, it is like the most important technology fair here in Europe. Now in 2022, it was an important time because since after COVID, and because it has been held with public assistance. These two last years, it was being held online. So imagine the importance of this one since it's a fair that brings together more than 250,000 visitors from all over the world. And as I said, it usually lasts a week and it's always at the end of August. This year it started on Monday. I think it usually starts from the first day of the week. And it is on Monday, August 23rd, with the opening night live with Jeff Keighley as a host. And many new gameplays were revealed, as well as a bunch of new announcements. And I would like to start with, fellas, the game that I think was the surprise game of the opening night live. It would be Dead Island 2. And this one returns after 9 years of being first announced back in the summer of 2014. I don't know. You haven't played the first one, right?
Yeah,
Mm,
I play some time.
I didn't. No, I
Yeah,
didn't know you have played it, Fabio.
yeah, because the first trailer of the Island was amazing. I like it too much
It looks
that
great.
that dynamic about zombie and the vacation and do you see the pool and the hotel and everything
Mhm.
was amazing trailer. But
But
when I play, I don't like it too
do
much.
you do you remember the trailer?
Yeah, I remember the trailer.
It is. I mean, it's interesting that you remember it because it is true that the first trailer. Well, it wasn't the first trailer announced. It was like the first official trailer announcement because it was like announced like 3 or 4 years before, and that trailer that is like an event that is happening backwards, and it's like you see like a girl that has fallen from a window, so you see like she's like elevating from there, and that she
Mhm.
comes back. So it's interesting that you remember because it's like everybody was like, whoa, this is a great game, and it's like, hey, it's just a cinematic stuff, it's not the real game. Please relax. But yes, and you said that you played it, but you didn't like it a lot, right? It was
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it wasn't like the trailer.
yeah. It was. Yeah.
So yeah, 9 years have passed since the first game, where it was like 2011 when the first game was launched, and this one is like 2023, 12 years since the first installment. But the reality is that it was first announced back in the summer of 2020 of 2014. 9 years, okay, from 2014 until now. 9 years that represent easily how a game can go through development hell, but comes back apparently as the publisher Deep Silver wanted the game to be. Do you know what development hell is? Are
No,
you aware of this term?
Nope. Not
no.
me.
Tell me about it.
Well, the development hell. Well, I thought you knew about it.
Haha, in your
Uh,
face. Haha.
well, development hell is like when a project, like a movie, a TV show, or a game. I would say that game is the most important one since it's the one that needs a longer development in order to have it ready. Um, so development hell is when it starts. It starts the project as a normal one, but then it stops because whatever problem is happening there, and it doesn't continue. This is like a normal thing that happened in many video games, and if you think about it, in many normal projects. But in this case, it was like a huge event because it is like, I mean, it's already been it's announced for 2023, so we are talking about 9 years of a company that is spending money and money on a game that I understand that was wasted in a time. Well, first of all, Dead Island is an action role-playing game centered on the challenge of surviving in first person a zombie-infested island called Banoi. That was the first game. It was open world, melee combat, co-op multiplayer. You could choose between four playable survivors with different skills. You can smash heads, crack skulls with the weapon of your choice. It was first developed by Dying Light creators, Techland, and Dead Island was launched in 2011 with good reviews, but was affected by initial bugs and technical issues that suffered the game when launched. That is something that happens a lot, but that it is important to mention since it is important to launch a game when it's finished, or at least that's what we think. Although nowadays games usually launch with technical issues. Um, the Police Studio informed, after releasing the continuation, Dead Island Riptide, in 2013, that Techland was not going to continue with the franchise. Only the first installment shipped 3 million units worldwide by December 2011. So that means like the game shipped like 3 million units in like 6 months or so. And by February 2013, like a year and a half, it sold, over 5 million copies after a year and a half. So for you, if I say these units, for you, do you think this is a lot? Do you think it is not enough? Do you know other figures about other games? What do
The
you know?
thing, I think it's a good number, really. 3 million.
Between 3 and 5 million in a year and a half.
It's quite a lot,
Yeah.
especially I think for the genre that might not be the most standard, or at least not. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the saga that you're talking about. The Resident Evil, you always know that they're going to sell a lot,
Yes.
but Silent Hill, obviously.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a new game, a new kind of game with a different structure and all that, it's for example, I was looking at the numbers of Left 4 Dead,
Hmm.
the number two, which is one of the most famous of zombie shooting video games out there, and I think even nowadays they haven't sold even 3 million copies. So selling 3 to 5 in just a year and a half is a huge number.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I brought to you some figures if you were curious about it. For example, Dying Light 2 sold 5 million copies during its launch month, in a month. Gridfall, that is the game that you were playing, right, Casares?
Mhm.
Gridfall.
Yeah, I was. I bought it. I haven't played it much, to be honest. I have a lot of other stuff that I've been playing, but yeah, I want to play at some point. Yes.
Well, for example, Gridfall sold 1 million in its first year, for example.
Yeah.
Diablo 2 Resurrected. I know that you are, or you that you played Diablo, isn't it, Fabio?
Yeah. Well, I play Diablo 3, but maybe 3 or 4 years later that in that announce. So I don't have the Play 4 to play or Play 3. That
I did play the second one,
The
Diablo
second
2.
one,
Uh,
well,
yeah,
how is it? Is it Diablo or Diablo? No, right? It's
Diablo,
Diablo.
Diablo,
Diablo,
Diablo.
like in
Diablo.
Spanish,
Yeah.
Diablo.
Well, Diablo 2 Resurrected hit 5 million copies in less than 7 months. You were talking about Resident Evil 2 Remake. Well, it sold over 10 million copies in over 3 years. 10 million copies over 3 years. It's the third best-selling game in Capcom history. I'm wondering about the first second options, but I didn't look it up.
I'm thinking maybe some kind of Resident Evil, or maybe even Resident Evil 4 might
Yeah, or maybe
be
the
up
first
there.
one if we are counting also
We're
all the
talking
times.
Capcom.
Capcom.
Capcom is the ones from that's Street Fighter also, right? Capcom, is it
What?
not?
I'm sorry. What?
The Street
Capcom is
Fighter
the
is
one from
the
Street Fighter.
developer.
Yeah,
Yeah. Capcom.
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, maybe Street Fighter 2 or
yeah, one of these ones.
something. Yeah.
It Takes Two sold over 7 million copies. 7 million copies. I mean, I was like amazed when I heard this.
Take-Two is amazing. It's incredible game. I have too much fun with that game. I recommend to everybody.
I will have to buy it because too many people have recommended.
Do you know is I have is I buy the game. I can invite you to game. Is
Oh,
you not have the game?
Yes,
oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
it's the same case
When
with.
when are you inviting the again? I want to play. I
I
want to
have
play.
the game.
Okay, okay.
Wherever
You and
you
I,
want.
will have to talk then.
Okay.
Well, then we have Guilty Gear. Okay, reached 1 million copies in a year. Elden Ring surpassed 16,000, yes, like millions in 3 months. And obviously, GTA 5. I don't know if you could have estimated more or less what is the importance of GTA 5, but well, launched 11 million copies on its only launch day, and has reportedly sold a staggering 170 million copies worldwide by this summer that we're talking about in 11 years, because it's like it was launched like many years ago. So yes, we could say that in between 3 and 5 million copies sold, it's a really good number. And well, as I was saying, a year after Riptide, Deep Silver announced Dead Island 2 in the Sony's E3 conference. In Sony E3 conference in 2014, and this time the studio was going to be Jagger Development, who created Spec Ops: The Line back in the day. I know you didn't play it, right? You didn't play the Spec Ops: The Line. It was in PS3, Xbox 360.
360.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a good game, but I hadn't had the opportunity to play it.
No.
Well, this is like the second time that the teaser, the trailer was like famous when we're talking about Dead Island, because we can see that the taint of acid humor is still present in the saga. Its plot was going to be its plot is going to be months after the events of the first game in Banoi. This time, it was going to be located in California. It would be an open world, newly remade combat system, new enemies, new weapons, a better crafting multiplayer system, up to 8 people. That I think those are many people. 4 characters with different abilities, and apparently a rage mode. I like games that have rage mode. I can think of Rage 2, Borderlands. I think that for a single player game in a first person perspective, I think it's a good point if you're talking about a game that it's about action and it's about killing because I like killing in video games. Yes, please. But the thing is, this game that you can see on the screen that it was almost completed. This game was cancelled a year later. Its announcement, when according to the studio, it was almost finished. Then, in March 2016, British studio Sumo Digital, who worked for the Little Planet franchise, Crackdown 3 and among others, was reported to be the new developer behind DeadIsland2. And this is when we could say that, for the perspective for the people, they believe that this project of DeadIsland2 was in development hell. Because this was the time when the project looked as if it was stopped, and it was any coming back about it. Many people didn't understand why it was cancelled from Jagger Development. I mean, it costed them a lot. Many people had to, since they had no job anymore, they had to look for another one. I mean, many people left the company, others were relocated inside the company. And since I've seen that for now, it's because now it's, as I said before, Jagger Development is not behind the project. They are still alive. I mean, they're still making games. I think it's they've already launched 2 and free to play, this kind of games. And this would be the only time that I see a game that has suffered from a development hell but has returned miraculously. I don't know, guys, if you know about any other game. Well, I'm thinking about Skull and Bones, that also it's a game that has resurrected, apparently. But I don't know if you know about a game that was suddenly cancelled, or that was cancelled or apparently cancelled and then revived again.
No.
No. Normally they go just after some development hell, as you said. They normally they don't try to get back to the IP. That there's one famous case which is that case I think it didn't even go to development, which is the myth of Half-Life 3.
Oh
But
yes.
yeah, I think that will never. Well, maybe at some point, who knows? But yeah, no, I've never heard of. There's gotta be some out there, but I've never heard of them.
Yeah, no, me neither. This is not my thing, really. I don't in too much about this developer, the company, and what happened here, what happened here. This is not my thing.
Well, apparently, as I said, there were no news. I mean, the only thing we know was that the Sumo Digital was behind it, but it was just a report that exited the company. But the thing is that many years went by with silence. I mean, until a financial report in 2019 from the one the company of the company broke the news, and is that the Sumo Digital was no longer behind the project. Apparently, the DeadIsland2 development was given to their internal studio, Dambusters, known for Home from the Revolution. And the last news we had was with the announcement now in the Gamescom 2022. According to game director David Stanton, the game has been remade from scratch, keeping the zombies and the Los Angeles location. 6 characters and cooperative online up to 3 are available. I believe that 3 is a more reasonable number. And the characters that are playable are infected with the zombie virus, being immune to it, giving it, as I said, this zombie rage mode that they would have, and that they would, as you can see in the trailer, that you can kill as you want as your pleasure. We'll have a skill tree in the shape of tarot cards. That this reminds me of the I don't know. I mean, I was thinking maybe about it like Skyrim, like the skill tree, but it would be easier to change because since it's like cards, you can change. I understand quickly between different them and use it in together, right? Then the fun is in combining these unique abilities of your character with the abilities that you choose from the cards, and that will be added to the abilities that your weapon has. There are like few firearms, so it's all going to be close combat. And an interesting feature for me is the procedural gore system that will make enemies distort and change in apparently very original and creative ways. This time, it is not an open world game. From what I understand, we will be playing through a limited number of large districts, limited to the Los Angeles area. And what else? What else?
This is have a multiplayer or no?
No, I mean, it will have the cooperative that I understand that. I don't know if you will. It is not one against each other. I understand that it would be like completing the main quest and the side quest with someone, like in Borderlands. I mean, I always, all the time
Like
thinking about Borderlands when I think about these kind of games. But I understand that this is not like It Takes Two. Both players will have to have the game to play, and it will be, I understand, in online, because It Takes Two, it can be played in the local. And I don't know, guys. I know that it is not like the kind of game that you would buy and play. Um, but I understand. What is the most similar game that you have played in first person?
Resident Evil.
But it's not first person perspective.
Seven, yeah,
Well,
7
and
and
8. That is true.
Yeah,
7 and 8.
sure. Let me think.
I guess for me, very different, but at least the cooperative part is there. It would be Left 4 Dead 2. Obviously, it has nothing to do with the game that you're showing us, but I guess it's the most similar.
Yes, it is the most
That's
similar
right.
one. Yes, yes, because Dead Island is more like the enjoyment of just being killing and
Yeah.
with no seriousness there, with no reflection, only to have fun.
Does it kind of remind you that aspect, the idea of Doom as well? Like
Yes,
it is
I
just
play.
about
I
having
play Doom.
fun.
I play Doom.
the first installment or the second one, then the Eternal or the 2016.
Well, basically, the same, right? I mean, they're very similar.
No,
The-
yes. No, I was asking Fabio. Did you
Yeah.
play the first one or
both,
the
both,
Doom Eternal?
both.
Both. Yes, I mean this is.
It's a kind the difficult to me to play that kind of video game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Doom is really hard. I don't know. The music is great, but I have to back time to play it sometime.
Yeah, for me, it's not the kind of first-person experience or shooter or whatever that I like, because personally, I like more of a stealthy kind of gameplay where I can, hide from my enemies and then stab them in the back and then go for the
Yes.
next one. And in Doom, it's like, yeah, no, fuck that, just go go fight them.
You're
And
the Doom Slayer.
and so for me, like 15 minutes playing that game is like losing a couple of years of my life just from stress. It's a bit too hard.
I play too a Zombie R, I guess is the name. It's a shooter with a sniper cooperative game. It's a really fun game.
Which one?
Never heard of.
Zombie R, I think it's the
Zombie
name. Let
R.
me see, yeah.
Maybe it's like the virtual reality, like Zombie VR.
No. R,
Just
the
with
army.
R.
The army.
Yeah, okay. See, I remember. I didn't know it was like it was like, what did you say? It was multiplayer or cooperative?
Cooperative, yeah.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know about it. Yeah, I mean, I heard the name, but I didn't know it was multiplayer.
Yeah.
And to finish with this, with Dead Island 2, the game will be available the 2nd of February for PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, Xbox One, PC, only for Epic Games Store and Stadia. Good luck, guy who got Stadia. Then, as well as the 3 digital editions, including the gold one for €90, there are 2 physical editions with DLCs, and the Halley edition, that is the one with that grabs my attention. It is like this. You can see maybe the image. Um, it has the Steelbook, the Season Expansion Pass, the Venice Beach Travel Map, 6 Slayer Tarot cards, 2 pin badges, 1 patch, 1 bonus weapons pack, 2 additional DLC packs, and the Memories of Banoi pack. That is many packs, many DLCs. But the good thing is that if you are going to buy it the first day, and if you're going to spend that money, please at least have some things with it.
Some extra stuff, yeah.
And that would be it. Do you have any reflections about it, guys? Can
Not
we
really.
continue?
I don't have to. Yeah, we can.
I will have a reflection, but it's going to be thematic with the game that I'm going to talk about later. So maybe I'll just put the reflection afterwards. If that's okay.
Nice. So then, in that case, we are going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. That it was another game that was announced not announced. Sorry, it was present in the opening night live in the Gamescom. What can you say, guys, about it? I know that you are fans, or you have been fans of the game, or of previous games that you have played, the first ones, right? I think that it was in the PS1 that it was the first game released.
Yeah. The first Harry Potter was from PS1. I played as a child. I was absolutely uh, wanting the game, the day to come for me to play the game. It was a terrible game, to be honest. Obviously, at the time, I loved it, absolutely loved it. There was not such a thing as achievements back in the day, but I did the 100% kind of route after a couple of gameplays, I guess, maybe 3. Um, I mean, it was about Harry Potter. I was 12 years old. I loved it, absolutely loved it. But yeah, if you go back to playing again, I mean, there are much better games, obviously, at the time. Then the next one I played, it was in PS2. It was probably the one that really created the whole concept of what a Harry Potter game is,
Mhm.
which was the Chamber of Secrets, well, obviously based on the movie.
Oh.
And the game itself was really refreshing. It was obviously graphically was completely so much better than the first one, which was crap. um, and then you could also like fly around Hogwarts and find small things, and there were many things you could do, and it was
Mhm.
a lot of fun. And then they came the third one, then the fourth one. I think the last one I played was maybe the third one.
Yeah, but we have a game about just Quidditch, right? Or was in the game, in the Harry
uh,
Potter game. I don't
so
remember.
Yeah, no, it was they put it in the first one, the one from PS, they put it in, and then in the second one in the PS2 they did obviously a much better version of it. You still played as Harry Potter, so you were the seeker, right? You couldn't be the one, defending people from the bludgers and all that.
Hmm.
But still it was, it was decent gameplay, I guess. And so people liked it, and they thought, okay, we are Electronic Arts, so why not? Why can we make a Quidditch game, and people will buy it? We know they will, and they did. And so, well, the Quidditch game was created. I haven't played it. It was okay, I guess. I don't know.
We hope
Any
we hope it was.
To be honest, we don't really care. But the thing is, yeah, this game that was shown in Gamescom, which, to be honest, a couple of years ago was maybe first glimpsed, or they was talked about. 2 years ago, I thought it was going to be a mobile game, or people were talking about a mobile game, kind of like a Pokemon Go, where you would have Hogwarts, but like, well, I don't know. It was weird, a weird idea. But in the end, this is what it led to. I am quite interested about it, quite shocked also that the game looks as well as it does, and it has all the things that it shows. I took some information before doing this streaming, because in last one I said that it was based of 70 80 something like that. It's not. It's at the end of the 18th century, so a bit after that. And well, basically the story is that there is some kind of ancient magic that has spawned all over Hogwarts, and well, things happen. I guess there's a new magic, and yeah, that there's stuff going on. Differently to all the previous Harry Potter games, this is Hogwarts, so it's not. I mean, not the setting as such, but I'm referring to it's not about Harry Potter. It has nothing to do with Harry Potter. It's just
Do,
the universe. Yeah.
do you think we can see in this game about the other school?
Oh, you mean the other two that they talked about in the
Yeah,
books?
in the boots. Yeah, we have three,
I ha-
right?
yeah, they were three. One of
Howard's,
them and the
um,
other two. Yeah.
and
I mean, in the book they don't really they talk about it like in the fourth book, because they come to like the tournament, right? And there is one which is like with girls that look like very big or whatever. I don't. No one really remembers too much about him. It would be great if they could at some point, try to invest some time in checking on these other schools and maybe create a more uh, a different
yeah,
story.
maybe they can do a DLC about the three wizard magic. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, probably if they make a DLC, it's going to be Quidditch. Yeah, we're back,
no, no,
baby.
no, no, no.
Yeah. So no, probably not gonna happen. But still, the game as such is in Hogwarts. You create a character. You can choose different colors, different races, different gender. You cannot be a stone. Just if Eugenio asks, no, you cannot be a rock. Okay. But anyway, the thing is, you get selected. Well, actually, you select a house.
Sorry. Can you select be a
A gnome, right? It would be cool.
no, no, no. I try to say like a Hermione is a mixed blood. I don't know how.
Oh no, I don't think they're going to get that far into it. It would be
Do you
cool. It would be
do
cool.
you think maybe?
I mean, it would be great to be honest. A mixed blood.
What is the name about Hermione? Because I remember the bad name,
Yeah.
but
Well, the mud blood is
the
the
mad blood. Yeah, yeah.
bad game name. I guess it's a mixed blood
A mix.
or
I don't
a ma-
remember.
uh,
I think they just use witch or wizard. Or...
I think just I don't know, man. I don't remember. They just call the female. They call them witches, or I don't remember.
No, I guess it would be like
Um,
wizard, no? Right? Because witch is
uh,
it's another thing.
No, no, they witch and wizard.
Witch and Wizard. The school is for is the Hogwarts is the school of witch and wizardry. So it's wizards and witches.
Yeah, yeah.
I think so. Anyway, it would cool. I mean, one of the things that I think is very cool about this game is that it opens the possibility to different ideas about the concept of Harry Potter. Right?
Hmm.
It's always been Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, and then we have a video game where, well, first you can choose your own house, which is for me it's great. I'm bored of being always the Gryffindor boy. I want to be a Ravenclaw or I want to be a Slytherin. Obviously, no one wants to be a Hufflepuff. We've talked about
No.
it. No one wants to do it. But apart from that, I think it opens up opportunity to choose other races in different games, because you can be a giant, you can be a semi-giant, you can be a gnome, or it opens up different ideas, right?
Hmm.
It's a new formula for all these kind of games. Um, well, when it comes to gameplay, we have a very fluid kind of gameplay. We see him throwing casting different spells. He has kind of a roll to the left, roll to the right. I think he has a parry, kind of like in the Dark Souls or all
Yeah.
these other games. There are different skill trees, so For example, you can go through herbology, and you think, okay, are you going to be just smoking like in the park or whatever and getting high? No, it's not about that. Okay, you can use, for example, I don't remember, I don't know if you remember, Fabio, but when you use a mandrake,
Yeah,
you have to cover your ears, right? Because
yeah.
everyone around, so you can actually pull off a mandrake, so everyone around gets stunned for a couple of seconds, and there's things you can do about that.
Nice.
Obviously, the use of potions is another skill tree. And also, one of the things that I forgot to say the other day is that you can also put your points, so you go into the skill tree of this forgotten magic, which is kind of cool. You
Yeah.
know, it's a bit different. In some of the videos I saw, for example, for Slytherin, if you choose Slytherin, I mean, you can use Crucio, which is kind of a forbidden spell from, you know, the dark
Yeah,
arts and all that.
but maybe
And
in that time was not a forgiving.
uh, I mean, Crucio is like the most painful experience you can have. So if it was not forbidden, the Minister of Magic maybe had to do his job a bit better. I don't know. But in any case, it looks great. The gameplay looks good. All the beasts that you can find, and you know, all these different
I
things.
only worry about the gameplay. I don't know how do uh, do all the things you need to do in that moment. Is you need to block it, you need to roll it, you know, to Expelliarmus. I don't know, because I don't see any buttons or any display of magic or something like that
Mm,
in the gameplay. So
yeah.
I don't
So
know if they working on it or no, I don't know.
probably, from my experience, this is obviously I don't know. From my experience with this kind of games, normally you have, for example, if you press L1 and then one of the four
Yeah, do you
buttons,
have a shortcut with
probably
a
you're going to have like a quick command for all those four, and then maybe you can stop the game and then choose one from another
with a
area. I
slow
don't know.
motion? You know, do you think?
Maybe I'm not completely sure. Maybe you have to go like to the main character screen and then pick another four if you want to change them. I don't know how it's going to work. But well, the possibilities are there. There are many other games that have tried these kind of formulas and they work. So at least from a gameplay standpoint, it looks good.
Yeah, it
From
look great.
the story, it has, you know, it is interesting at least.
Yeah, they have much opportunity to explore this.
I mean, it could be a bust, but I think it's going to be at the very least a very decent game.
Yeah.
I mean, you were talking about the combat. I mean, I was looking at the trailer, and it was like I understand. But yes, you can see like the like for example, the square interact. It will appear. It appeared like the R1 is like for doing the thing. I understand that always the R1, R2, L1, L2 is like the controls that you're going to use it, and then the other ones, like you said, it was like to use to see what weapon do you want, or what weapon, no, what spell do you want to use, right? Or
Mhm.
how if you want to just to raise the enemy, or if you want to like attack it or something like that.
Imagine is you need to spell uh,
The spell
yeah, the spell, yeah, spell the spell,
to cast the spell,
To
yeah,
yeah.
cast the spell
the cast spell in your PS5,
And you what?
in the
in your
PS5, in the
PS5.
controller, you mean, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
and the
in the controller you have a
Well, you can
microphone.
like press like like L1, and then you can choose it with the.
No, but it's insanity. It's you want to in the demo of PS5, you need
Mhm.
to blow something. So I don't know.
It would be
It's just a
really
crazy
cool.
idea.
It's actually very cool. I mean, I haven't thought about it, but it would be like very cool, and probably kids would love it. And to be honest, adults that like the book as well, to just, you know, press L1 and then the controller would hear you, and you would say, you know, Expelliarmus
Yeah.
or Incendio, and then, you know,
Uh,
things start blowing up. It would be really pretty cool.
yeah, right.
Well, with
Obviously.
Maybe some configuration is you wanna use it, you don't wanna use. So I don't know. It's a kind of fine, I think.
Yeah.
and sorry because you mentioned something in the beginning, Casares, and I also it calls my attention. It draws my attention. What would you say would be a good Harry Potter game? Because you said like the first one wasn't a really good, or that the second or the third one had the features that made it a really good game. Made it a good Harry Potter game. What is for you a good one?
For me, like, okay, I guess it's hard to tell because when I mean, the first one that I played, yeah, I said right. The second one was cool, but again, it was a good beginning for something great, but then the formula didn't change. Like at the very best, it changed. I believe in the fifth one, when you could go with Hermione and Ron, but it was like whatever. And I feel that one of the problems that the Harry Potter saga has had is that they focus on Harry, and
Only
I
on Harry.
think, yeah, and the Harry and his story. And if they want to do something different, something that will excite us, I think they should, like on this game, just forget about Harry Potter and his stories. That's done. If you want to at some point do some kind of spin-off or whatever, cool. But don't focus on the books, because the books are going to be much better told than the video games.
I do a little investigation, and we had 14 Harry Potter games in
Oh
total.
wow.
In total, but based on the games, I understand.
Yeah, based on the games and the movie and on the movie and in Quidditch.
Yeah, but I understand that this would be a really interesting one since it's based on the universe, and I
Yeah.
understand the universe
Yeah,
is it's
I mean,
widely huge.
if they do it well, they could have potentially a franchise beginner here, like Hogwarts Legacy 2 and 3. And not even about the story I mean, they could follow up on the story with different characters and all that. But I think they have the potential to make great games just from this idea.
yeah.
Nice, cool, um,
Cool.
cool, cool.
Cooler.
We were talking about a game that is. I mean, for example, I know that maybe there are many people called Hermione right now because they were fan of the Harry Potter books and everything. So we could say that maybe Harry Potter is using a lot the nostalgia, isn't it?
This specific game, you mean, or in Harry Potter as an idea, or
Harry
what do you
Potter
mean?
as an idea. I mean, this is going to, it's like Sonic. It's going to bring the adults, but also these adults are going to bring their kids.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a way to revitalize all the Harry Potter universe. Mhm.
Exactly.
And I think it was this year that it was the 25th anniversary or 20 something anniversary of Harry Potter. I'm not completely sure.
25, I guess.
25th, yeah.
Yes. Yes, it would.
So I mean, it's a good time to revitalize all of this.
Yeah, but the thing is, not only Harry Potter, not only this game is using the nostalgia about.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you
okay.
can use the
Okay, my bad. Okay, yeah, continue. Sorry.
No, what were you saying, Fabio?
I don't know. I missed the joke.
Yes, because
Yeah, no,
the
no, no.
thing is that now we are going to talk about an indie game that is called The Last Hero of Nostalgaia.
Oh.
So yeah, I was like, what is he talking about? Oh, that game I was going to talk about. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That one.
No, but I still, before we finish, Fabio, did you have anything to comment on the last thoughts that we had?
I don't remember because I
Okay.
missed the joke. I tried to get a joke and I forget everything. So
Okay. Okay.
I don't
Sorry.
have
Sorry.
nothing to say right
I
now.
was just suddenly I looked at the junior and he was like, ha ha. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
That
but
was the
yeah. Oh,
transition.
yeah. And next time, I mean, if we were together, you would kick me behind the table or something. In this case, yeah.
No, I
Sorry.
mean, I was trying to get through it, but I saw like not many people understood. But even Dougan, Dougan was simple. Yeah, I mean Harry Potter is using a lot of the nostalgia. I mean even the adults, but I mean I had to continue. I had to continue to continue with the narration. But not only there were triple three games announced or shown in the Gamescom, also indie games in the
games.
Yeah, but I don't remember the event. The future game show, if I'm right. Yes,
No,
it
the
was.
Tokyo
No,
Game
the
Show.
Tokyo Game Show was this.
No, no, no.
Okay,
The
it was the
Tokyo was
Tokyo.
the no.
One of these. Our Tokyo Game Show or future game show was shown the last hero of Nostalgaya.
But it was in the Gamescom. What the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. What was in the Gamescom?
No, but not in the opening. I mean, it was in the fair, but the event, okay, that event, it was. I mean, I think it was on Tuesday. It was the future game or the Tokyo Game Show, whatever. That many indie games were shown. One of these was the last hero of Nostalgaia.
Okay, I didn't watch the conference, so I'm a bit lost. I did watch the trailers of the conference, so I thought it was on that conference. Maybe it was not. I don't know.
It was in that
Anyway,
fair. It was in that fair.
fair enough. Uh, anyway, let's continue. So yeah, the last hero of Nostalgaia, right? But terrible, terrible stuff. We should not keep doing this. Anyway,
Is this going to
right.
be in?
Yeah, bloopers. No, but again, so okay, Nostalgaia, right? The
Nostalgia.
last hero of Nostalgaia.
It was. I mean, it was
Ooh.
announced. I think back then. I mean, I got interested the first time you mentioned it in the other podcast. So I had the liberty, the freedom to look it up a little bit, a little longer, and
Hmm.
it was like announced last year. I believe in
Oh
2021.
yeah.
But it was. I think it was shown more gameplay now in this, and it reflected, these nostalgia features that the game wants to include,
Hmm.
right?
Okay. Okay. No, I didn't know. If you go to the webpage, you can download a lot of stuff about different trailers and gameplay trailers and all that. You can also find about a 40-minute gameplay showcase in YouTube. So, well, if you ever have some interest about the game, you should check it out. Um, so, anyway, what is this about? So, the last hero of Gaia is an indie game. Um, and well, when we talk about Nostalgaia, obviously it's a wordplay. Obviously, duh. And the thing is that the Nostalgaia is supposed to be the world of video games.
Hmm.
So it's based on the world of video games. Now, the problem here with this world is that it's getting pixelated by the minute, right? Every few minutes, hours, whatever, it gets more and more pixelated. So we arrived there as a sticky figure, really weird looking. It's actually pretty funny when you go to character customization because you can choose a different hair, a long hair, or a different color. And it's always the same because it's these sticks that just appear in your screen. So it's like, okay, I see the point.
And also, if you
So
if you are like wearing an armor and everything, I mean, I understand that you are not able to see your character.
yeah, no, but at the beginning you are just that thing,
Ah.
and if you change it, as you can see, he's changing stuff. He's
Hmm.
like here complexity, and it's like no, it's the same. It's the same. Everything is the same. Okay, you have this. It's kind of a joke right at the beginning.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, basically the world is getting pixelated, and you are, well, supposedly the last hero that has to solve this problem. The thing is, it's a place where more heroes have already come and they haven't solved anything, and they are thought to be one of the problems of this world. So there is a constant narrator that is telling you to bugger off, that they don't want you there, that you are no helpful whatsoever, and that you're going to just make the destruction of the world quicker. And so this is going to be a narrator that goes throughout the whole story of the game. Well, the gameplay itself is kind of a Dark Souls, but
Mm.
like more. It's easier, I guess. It's not so technical, so people from that like Dark Souls might will enjoy it for sure. But people that are not so fond of those kind of games, such as myself, will probably like it too. Well, you can choose from 5 different classes: sorcerer, kind of barbarian, warrior, this kind of stuff. So different kind of gameplays, different kind of tactics, and all that. And one of the things that I think is really cool is that when you beat the bosses, you kind of cancel the pixelation, right? So the world becomes more high def instead of pixelated.
Yeah.
And also, like when I saw this, was like, okay, that's actually really cool. Um, but what I didn't know, and then I saw it early afterwards, is that this pixelation is also part of the gameplay mechanics, and that's
Mm.
when I thought, okay, this might be a really, really good idea. Yeah. So, well, obviously, it's coming soon. It's going to be released before the end of the year. What's going on? What are you laughing
Do you
at,
see?
Mario?
You can select the skin color, but do you
Yeah,
have do you have a stick?
yeah. No, no, it's no. I believe it's not different. Um, so 1 second.
He's yes.
So yeah, I was coughing. Sorry.
Don't worry.
Smoker here. So yeah, one of the things that I well, as you can see there is kind of the rainbow highway of
Yeah.
Mario Kart. So the game is going to have references towards video games all the time because it's the world of video games after all. And one of the things that I forgot to mention on the last podcast in Spanish, and now I want to say, is that it's a cooperative experience. You can play with another
Nice.
friend, and it says Steamless cooperative. So you can play. I can have it in Steam. You can have it on Microsoft, or you can have it on
So
whatever, and we can
it's
still play
cross
it.
it's cross player.
Crossplay.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So crossplay, cooperative, probably not very expensive because it's indie. Probably a really cool experience that has nothing to do with what you've played so far. And what else do I want to? Oh yeah. Well, first of all, do you have any comments about it? Because I want to get onto something else, but it's a
Yeah.
bit different.
First one, you said that it will be a game that Souls players will like, and also non Souls players. Why?
Yeah.
Mm.
Um,
Why, for example, would you like it, even if
uh,
you don't
for
like Dark
for
Souls?
for me, the Dark Souls for me, the problem that I have is that it takes a lot of time to beat because you have to learn a lot of patterns. You have to learn about all the tricks that the game is going to play on you, and well, it can be a really stressful and kind of exhausting experience when you go into that kind of games. You know that you're going to die, I don't know, per boss maybe 20, 30 times,
Or
and I feel
more.
that in yeah, or more, I don't know. And I feel that in this game, I mean, you're going to have to learn obviously patterns, but it's not going to be as hard as in the Dark Souls. And well, they say it as well. The developers say that it's not going to be as tough as a Demon Souls or a Dark Souls or whatever.
Good. And Fabio, you wanted to say something?
No, I just we have a day about this game.
Somewhere before the end of the year.
Yeah, coming 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So
I was gonna ask. You said that so I understand that in the beginning the world is like really pixelated because you are going there. I understand in order to save the planet. Who
I
knows?
guess.
But you
Yeah.
said that every time you beat. Well, I didn't. I don't know if I understood well. Every time you beat a boss, the world gets less pixelated.
Yeah. At least
Maybe
at
do you
least
have a upgrade? No.
at least yeah, it kind of so in the gameplay trailer that I saw, it was 40 minutes. At some point he beats a boss, and the at least the room where it was becomes well, normal definition, let's say high definition, I don't know, like normal graphics instead of pixelated. And so and also the narrator is like, oh wow, that actually, you did something good, I guess. Probably there's going to be also kind of a cool relationship between you and the narrator throughout the game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So before we finish, so the other day I kind of had an idea about indie games coming back to life, I guess. It was told in the next game. But one thing that I was thinking today is that I have a game group with my brother and another friend, and when we try to look for online cooperative games
Hmm.
that are not first-person shooters, it's not so easy to find. Well,
No.
there are some, but it's not easy to find. And I was wondering if you think that this kind of games personally are interesting for you guys, and if you think they should really make a comeback, because since the end of, let's say, PlayStation 2 era, the local multiplayer, or even the multiplayer that is not competitive, right? The
Mm.
cooperative game is not very usual. I mean, there are some games, but it's not the usual trend. What do you guys think?
I,
I can you tell?
you
Fight!
start.
Fight!
You start.
Recently I play Guacamole.
Gr-
Great
Great.
game,
The
great
first one or
game.
the second one?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today I finished the second one
Yeah, great game.
with my wife, and I see you can play with 4 people. I
Hmm.
don't know if they have online scenario
I
or just local.
think
I don't know.
so. Mhm.
I don't know. But it's about this. We can find um, games triple A with a nice multiplayer.
Yeah,
No, I think this is where indie game we can enter to us.
yeah,
I think it's a great opportunity.
Yeah,
yeah,
and before it was like it was normal that if you liked a game, it had the multiplayer mode. It's like you always could play your favorite game in with other people, even if it's the
yeah.
main campaign or if it's
Mhm,
the multiplayer like one against each other.
mhm.
But yes, it's true that since I don't know if since online games, since yeah, I understand PS3,
It started
Xbox
with,
One,
yeah.
Xbox
Mhm.
360, like it was all the time online, and the local multiplayer it like disappeared. And now it's like you want to play some games with friends that you have at home, and it's like, oh, you can't because it's like that. I mean, it's true that now maybe now more than ever you have games destined to play with other people. Like I'm thinking the one that is about cooking, overcooking.
Yeah, Overcooked.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
and you have like more games because before it was like shooter games, racing games, and that's it. But now it's like it's true that for me it's like for no reason, because I understand that if you put multiplayer, it wouldn't be so difficult to like put the four screen
Yeah, like the old
yeah,
Yeah.
times.
like the
Yeah.
old times. But I don't know why they did this, did they change this, I don't know.
I guess to sell more copies, because if I want to play a
Yes,
multiplayer game with you, you will have to buy the game,
that's
right?
true.
And if it's two more people, oh, two more games that we sell, and so
And also it
it's
was the
interesting.
game, I mean that generation was the free online time,
Yeah,
Yeah.
only that time. I mean, well, no,
good
sorry,
old
Xbox,
times.
Xbox had to pay, right? I mean, it was the first company
Yeah,
console that
it was the Xbox Pass. I think the PlayStation Network didn't have
didn't
that
have
kind
it.
of
Yes,
service yet.
I don't remember.
I think so. Yeah.
yeah. For me, it must come back, please,
Yeah,
please.
please, Broforce.
Broforce.
Uh,
No, and even it
uh,
takes two. I mean,
yeah,
cooperative players. I mean, Borderlands. This is like a new experience. Even Dark
yeah.
Souls. Dark Souls, you can get people inside your game. I don't know why
Mhm.
they couldn't make it easier so to play with friends. I mean, I understand this is the whole idea of video games.
Returnal have a upgrade about this. Right now you can do the main history with a partner
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
in
cool.
Returnal. Yeah.
Uh,
What what I don't know is that when you have like survival story games, like maybe of people singing, like these kind of people that are like in a circle and that they are like chanting.
Ah, and it's so nostalgic. No,
Like these kind of games that are like they are mainly about the story of the game, a little survival, people
mhm.
singing. I don't know if you know these kind of games.
Well, actually, now that you say, I think I've heard something in the Gamescom about a game like this.
What was the name?
Uh, oh, what was the name of the game? Oh, this was not prepared, but I think it was Chant. The
Ah,
Chant.
exactly. And you knew about it, right?
Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, this was not prepared. Yeah, the chant. Yeah,
But
what that's called.
I didn't even have the energy to look it up. It's the chant, or
The chant.
the,
The
the
chant.
the chant, the
The chant.
chaint, the caint. I don't know.
The
The
what?
chant. Chant. I think it's chant. Yeah,
It's
The
chant.
pronounced
chant?
like chant. Yeah, because
Nice.
the other option would be the cant, and that doesn't sound good at all.
The
Okay,
cant.
don't say that word at home, kids. Um, Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Let's get out of here, please.
the
The chant.
chant is
Yeah.
Next.
not going to. Okay. Yes, it's the chant. The chant. The chant. The
Yeah.
chant. The chant.
The chant.
The chant. The chant.
Let's move on, please. Let's move on. Let's move on. Yeah. Do you want me to continue with
Yes, please,
the
go
thing?
ahead.
It reminds me a lot of Hellblade, the graphics.
Graphically, yeah. I mean, because they use some of the resources that they. I mean, it's different company, but I mean, the technology that they use for the game has something to do with the technology used in Hellblade. So they use photogrammetry and 3D facial monitor,
Mhm.
like they could take the emotions of the people, like in Hellblade or in many others,
Mhm.
and well, basically this all this new technology for like 5 years ago or something like that is or more, I guess. It's much more obtainable, but by many other companies than it was 5-10 years ago. For example, I remember seeing the expressions in what was the name, Detroit Become Human.
Mhm. Yes.
This game was what was can you check up the publish date, Fabio? What's the publish date of?
No, November 3, I guess.
No, no, of the Detroit Become Human. Detroit
Ah,
Become Human publish
It's
date.
of the 25th May 2018.
Okay. I thought it had come earlier, but still, it kind of reminds me of those facial expressions and all that they have been using in some of other games. Beyond Two Souls, obviously, early on in 2010, the Heavy Rain video game, which was amazing, and so all of these technologies that was just for some companies, nowadays it's much more obtainable by others. So. Well, it basically it has made that many developers that were in big companies um, have been able to create their own studios and use these technologies to create something different. Um, the people in this company, which is actually pretty small, there are like 12 people. Most of them have been in quite big projects, and most of them have been also like um, they had these games in common, so probably they've worked together. Was the Sleeping Dogs, which
Yes.
good game. Bully from Rockstar, uh, great. Well, I mean, I didn't like it pretty much because of what it was, like the whole idea of it, but still, it was said to be a great game.
Hmm.
Many million copies sold, and also the Max Payne 3 video game, the third of the trilogy. And so these people have a lot of experience when it comes to create both developing the game and also distributing it. So, well, when you go to the web page, is people that really want to create something different, to create new experiences, to let their imagination just flow. And well, the game itself is kind of a third person survival horror with some crafting and well, surviving, obviously survival horror. Yeah.
But I
um
understand that it's not action. It's not an action game. I mean, I understand that the main focus is on the story, right?
I mean, I think we haven't seen enough gameplay to really tell. I mean, it's not like action. It's going to be kind of an adventure,
Adventure game,
uh,
survival horror. Yeah,
survival horror adventure game. Yeah,
that's at least what I feel like it's going to be.
survival adventure
Um,
game.
Yeah, do you know the game? This is with a camera, and you can do nothing, just run away from the monster. Do you know the name?
The
Um,
Project Zero?
no, 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 no.
The ca-
Outlast, like an
Outlast.
Oh,
Outlaws.
Oh
yeah,
yes.
Outlast. Yeah, yeah. What about it?
It's maybe like this because you do have
Um,
a lot
mm,
of action. Do you do no need to fight? You do.
I do feel like you're going to need to fight. I mean, probably, yeah, it's like kind of a mix in between not fighting and fighting too much. Um, but well, in any case, it looks pretty good. It is going to be launched, I believe, next month. Is it
Yes, on in
November
November.
2nd?
Hmm.
Yeah. So, well, it's going to be with us pretty soon. Looks good. Story is kind of a ritual that goes out of hand, and then there is a link between dimensions with monsters and stuff. I guess you have to restore the planes to where they were. And, well, let's hope it's good. That's pretty much what I have to say about it.
Do you know the price?
I don't think it's going to be less than 50, 60,
50,
like
60,
any
yes.
other. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like 40 or no. Well,
Hmm.
maybe on some offer in some sales in on Steam in 3 months. Who knows?
You know, following this because with the chant, we are going to follow this trail of dark survival, like we would say like horror adventures. So in that way, I can show you a game that really grabbed my attention in the Gamescom. That it wasn't announced in the Gamescom, but more gameplay was into it. Do you know the name is Lies of P? Have you heard of it?
I
The
have
movie.
Do you know the
the
movie Lies
movie.
of P?
Yeah, we have a movie about Life of Pi.
No, life, but it's lies, like lie.
Ah,
Ah,
yeah,
my
the Life
bad.
of Pi. Yeah, yeah. The one of the tiger and the boat and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
now that you say so, I mean, it's true. The name is really similar to that one. No, this would be without the F
Okay, okay.
and with an
Sorry, my
ace.
bad. My bad.
Yeah, it's the Lies of P.
Yes,
Of
because
Pi.
because it's of Pinocchio. And let me, for example,
Pinocchio.
this game. I mean, I know that for you. I mean, even in the universe, it's not something that you have to grab to take care of it. But for example, this game won like 3 awards at Gamescom because it really stood out from the rest of the games. It was like the best action adventure game, the best role playing game, and the one that I don't understand really well, the most wanted Sony PlayStation game because it's not an exclusive of PlayStation. But okay,
Hmm?
it will be available for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. So here we are not going to suffer. We are not going to have like this thing that it would be multi-platform, like multi-generational. It's going to be in the that one, and will be available first day in Xbox Game Pass. Let me introduce you to the plot. You wake up at an abandoned train station in Krat, a city overwhelmed by madness and bloodlust. In front of you lies a single note that reads, "Find Mr. Geppetto." Because he's here in the city. This is Lies of P, a brand new Souls-like action RPG inspired by the classic Italian novel from Carlo Collodi. We play as Pinocchio himself and will navigate through a dark Belle Epoque world where all of humanity is lost. The once beautiful city of Krat has become a living hell, and you must find the famed Mr. Geppetto to unravel the mystery of what happened to both yourself and the world around you. I know that, well, of course, you know the tale of Pinocchio, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I see the weekend the movie the new movie the new
Oh,
action movie.
you have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And I see today we have a new movie on Netflix by Roberto del Toro about Pinocchio.
About Pinocchio
oh
too.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, another movie.
but this one is going to be like much darker, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, yeah.
Probably cool.
But I think it's too much Pinocchio right now. We have the game, we have a remake, and we have a Pinocchio dark movie.
Yeah,
on
but
Netflix.
they are not related whatsoever. I mean, what they did is was to use the plot first because it is known for everyone. Like they are also trying to not to link to cultural books or characters so that they can grab your attention. Like, yes, it's like the Harry Potter game, or it's like the Pinocchio game, or it's like, so they had this in mind. But also because they wanted a setting like dark in a way, but so they didn't want it like the typical dark fantasy like Dark Souls, like this in the Middle Ages. They wanted something more modern, so that's why they choose like the Pinocchio and they put it in this 18th, in the late 19th century. In like I understand that is Europe.
Steampunk, right?
Yes.
Steampunk kind of thing.
Yeah, for example, it reminds me a lot of Dishonored, for example, the setting. I mean, Bioshock, I mean, because, for example, the enemies, they are like mechanical. So it reminds me like the Bioshock Infinite a bit. And also, I mean, if you are watching the game and you have played any From Software game, the interface, the user interface, the combat and the movement is like From Software game, specifically Bloodborne. I mean, it's really like it, and we can see also that like the movement, the combat is like it. As I said, the plot takes place in an industrial city with numerous enemies in the form of robots that we have to annihilate with melee weapons, but also with the robotic arm, that our protagonist has, which gives the impression that we can improve it and even grant it different uses. We will combat against them using blocking and dodging. This is like the normal mechanics when you are playing. I mean, I understand that it would be also similar to the Last Hero of Nostalgaia, because if they are based more or less on the same combat mechanics, it would be like dodging, blocking, doing the famously parry. But also, like we will combine weapons to create different ways of playing, since its combat revolves around it. Like the weapons have like two parts, so like you can combine these two parts, and the developers assure that there are over 30 base weapons that can be mixed and matched, and also you can improve the Pinocchio's stats, like the defense, attack, luck. I don't know if it would be included, but this kind of stats that makes him RPG, right? And since we are talking about a puppet, because Pinocchio is a puppet mechanoid,
He's a real boy.
He's a real boy.
He wants to be a real boy. That's his main purpose in the game. Looking for Geppetto to be a real boy. I don't know. Maybe I imagine Geppetto, like a Heisenberg thing, because like he created like the killing machine, and he's a boy that wants to be human. But yes, he has like this arm.
But I'm sorry, but he fighting with another puppy, I guess.
When?
Here in the gameplay, he don't fight with another human.
No, he fights with robots, with other robots. I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, I don't know. Well, I don't understand really well the plot. I don't know why the city is infested with these enemies, but that's why it reminds me of Bioshock Infinite, because this has this like mechanical enemies, and also. But the thing is, I understand that he also is mechanical, although he doesn't look as if he was a mechanical. But the thing is, his arm is an artificial part of his body that can be customized with 8 different tools, including the typical grappling hook to attach people. And also a thing that maybe you like, because I think it gives more depth to the game. As you know, we have the name of the game, Lies of P, right? As the tale portrays, Pinocchio lies, and when he lies, his nose grows. Such feature, I mean, is not included in the game. His nose is not going to grow and grow, but the lie ability, it is included. We must lie to others, I understand, to other NPCs, if we hope, in this case, to become human. Something is related with being human and lie to other people. And also this, when you lie to the NPCs or to the other characters, apparently interconnected procedural quests will play out depending on how you lie. So these choices will affect how the story ends. So I find it really interesting because it's like I'm in front of, I mean, I'm playing Bloodborne but using a boy killing Bioshock enemies. And at the same time, I have like this. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if the combat will be as difficult as Dark Souls plays usually are. I hope not, because that would be, or I hope that it has this kind of difficulty level thing, because I want it to be accessible for everyone. But if not, it is like the devs want it to be. But it's grabs my attention. These things is because it's what I said. It reminds me a lot of the Dishonored. It reminds me a lot of because also about the different endings. In this case, because of the lion thing, the enemies, the setting, the combat. What do you think, guys? Do you? I understand. I don't know if it grabbed your attention when you first watched it.
It did. Yeah. No, I have two thoughts about it. But Fabio, go first because I can hold my ideas better. Yeah.
Okay, I think maybe they have a great history here because it's a little interesting. Um, I don't know if the gameplay is for me. I don't kind this kind of game because like a blogger, I try maybe 3 times, and 20 minutes later, doo-doo,
Yeah,
I
that's
close the
it.
game. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they have a great history, like as I say, but I don't know. Maybe later, maybe if they put free in PS Plus or something like that.
You know, Bloodborne was my first From Software game that I played. I mean, it I mean, and also the Bloodborne, because Dark Souls is more medieval, more fantasy. Is
Mm.
the kind of game that it's not my kind of genre. But the Bloodborne, it is, because it reminds me of this kind of um, the Scissor Hands guy. What is the name? Oh, the Tim like Tim Burton movies. It reminds me
Mm.
this like this dark fairy tale thing.
Mhm, mhm.
And Bloodborne was the first game that I played, and I was like you. I mean, it was. I mean, I didn't understand the bonfire mechanic. That, by the way, it is also included here. The bonfires are used as checkpoints. So the thing is that in order to advance in the story, you have to reach to a bonfire to activate it. But the thing is, when I played it, I didn't find any, and I was like all the time like trying to look for these kind of things, because I was all the time studying at the same in the same spot, and it was like how can I advance this? And of course, the the game is difficult, really difficult. But then you understand that there are shortcuts, and you have to activate them in order to advance in the story, and then you reach the bonfires, and then everything goes right. But yes, I understand what you say. It's a difficult game, but you liked Returnal.
Yeah. I like a lot of game with a really hard, difficult to gameplay, but I don't know. I just right now I don't feel it. I need to feel it.
And what do you feel, Casares, about it?
No, yeah, no, well,
How do
yeah,
you feel it in your
you know,
chest?
I feel it in my fingers. No, yeah, no, I mean, it looks good. It looks good. It goes dark. It looks like a game I would probably like to try. Not sure if I would love it or not. The idea is good. I had two thoughts about it. The first one is that obviously we don't know the plot itself, but I was thinking if you want to put it like in a very dark setting or very dark idea, it would be that Geppetto created all of these machines, puppets, whatever, right? Like maybe
Who know?
200,000 or who knows, a city of puppets. And then he would just leave them a note and he would say, the first one who finds me gets to be a human. And then everyone starts fighting and there's kind of melees all around the city. It would be a really dark and gore idea. No, but anyway,
And then
probably,
it would be a battle royale.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
battle royale,
About the
absolutely.
royale, about Pinocchio and
Yeah,
pirate. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like we all are lying to get information, but then we're going to strike each other in the back. I think I will write a book at some point. Anyway, no, what I was the other thought that I had is that before I saw the gameplay and you talked about the game, it didn't come to my mind that there was a game that is not like very well known, but it was decently known, which is called Alice Madness. And it's about the world of Alice in Wonderland,
Hmm.
and it's kind of like a very gore and dark version of it. There's blood everywhere, and you go there killing and massacring everything that you see. So it kind of came to mind like, oh, this Disney idea that then got like a dark and kind of well, the Alice Madness was more of a hack and slash style. This probably is not. But I think it's curious that they also chose another Disney movie to go into this kind of idea, which is, I mean, it's if the gameplay is good and the story holds up, I think it's probably a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, for example, Galactic Chocopic mentioned is that she played the Alice Madness.
Oh yeah, good, good, good. I never got to play it, but depending on the game, like because I think they launched 3 games or maybe 2, not completely sure. Um, but depending on the game, I heard really good reviews. Like especially like the second one, really hit home back in the day.
Nice. This game, I mean, there is still no release information. I think I read in somewhere that it's like the half game is it's already made. So I understand that it will be for 2023 at the end of it, or maybe beginning 2024. So we still have to wait, but we will wait until it's the moment because we want this game to be good as it shows itself. And lastly, guys, I want to talk about the last game, not really shown in the Gamescom, but shown at the same time during the Gamescom. That would be, I want to mention it well, Forspoken. Forspoken,
Oh,
not
Forspoken.
Forspoken, Forspoken.
The
Forspoken.
chant, the chant.
Forspoken. I mean, I think this game was revealed last year. I think 2021, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure that Fabio will tell us more because I know that he's one that has been investigating a lot about it. Really, isn't it? Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I waited too much for this game. We have a day for 20 January 24th. So yeah, I like too much the gameplay about Forspoken because it's a parkour game in a big field. It's like the good parkour about Assassin's Creed, but with magic.
Hmm. And in a
So
way, it's like you can fly, right? Because it's well, not fly. It's
no fly. It's like you have
like a
a
skate.
Pegasus boot. Do you know what is a Pegasus
Ah,
boot?
yes.
Do you?
The thing with the water that the water like gets so hard that you fly.
Yeah, it's not fly. It's like you create water in the air so you can walk there.
Mm.
Yeah.
So this is a nice game with a prey. I guess is the name Prey
I
Ah, her
guess it
name,
was
yeah,
the name.
Frey. Yeah.
Frey. Yeah, Frey. Um, yeah, it sounds pretty cool. So I have a good situation with this game because the gameplay is great, the main character is great, the magic is great, the parkour is great, the graphics is great, but this is a game for Luminous Production and Square Enix, and this is the same combination about Final Fantasy 16. So I don't
16.
like to.
But the 16 one is the one that is going to be an.
No,
No,
no, no.
15, 15.
15.
15.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
15.
So I don't enter too much in this game. I didn't finish, so I just worry about the main history about this game. But everything else is just amazing, really.
I'm kind of worried, like the same things, I guess, as worried as Fabio, which is like the development of the game. It feels like the Luminous Games, was it? Yeah, the name
Yeah, yeah, Luminous.
of
Yeah.
the studio, kind of took the all the development resources that they used in Final Fantasy 15, and then kind of said, okay, from all of this that has happened through to us through the years, we need to recover a bit of all the investment that we had all the time. So we maybe should create a game. And so obviously it has gameplay wise, it has not much to do with well, some of the things that I'm actually seeing there has some of the movements, especially from Noctis, right, when he would
Mhm.
throw the sword and then climb onto different parts of the map. This looks more of a, well, yeah, Assassin's Creed is not a bad comparison, Horizon Zero Dawn and all that. Well, what I always fear about this kind of games is that maybe it will go to, like, it will focus on the story, or if it will just be open world, just check things out and do a lot of side quests and exploration. Because one of the things that I'm seeing, especially in these last two generations, is that when basically it's like, okay, what kind of game do we want to do? Let's make it open world, and let's just put different stuff to do in there. And well, for some people, it's great. The all
Hmm.
the people that like Assassin's Creed, the new, let's say, generation, the Origins, and the one with the Vikings and all that, is kind of this kind of games. It's open world. There's a lot of discovery and all that, which is good, I guess. But at the same time, for me, it's not, the part of discovering things is good. It's cool, depending, obviously, but it's cool.
Yeah.
But having to do all these chores, having to go to the tower to find, all these territory, and then, oh, please kill 5 of these monsters and come back. Oh, my chickens have gone astray. Where are my chickens? Please help me find my chickens. And all these kind of stupid tasks that are not really interesting for me. Um, Really make the gameplay longer, make you, maybe play for 200 hours, 300 hours to a game. But when you finish it, you don't feel like you want to ever play it again. It's like you kind of had this experience and it was okay, but it was not great. And I feel that open world games, well, some of them obviously not, but in many instances they focus on the wrong things and make the experience just too long for their own good.
Maybe for us, but maybe for I don't know, the majority of people, they want this. They want a big
Oh, maybe.
world. They
Mhm.
want to flow. They want to do parkour. They want to kill people. But what happened with the history? Why is she there? Tell me about it. She go home. I don't know. That's my point too,
Mhm.
because the game visually is great. It's great.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Guys, I need to take 5 minutes, so I'm
see, yeah,
sorry.
don't worry. No,
Go
I
for
mean,
it.
what you were saying, it made me think, because at the beginning I was thinking that I wouldn't mind to have another world open world game,
Mhm.
even if you have to go up these famous towers in order to unlock the map.
Mhm.
If it is maybe like well explained. I mean, it's not like that. At least it has something related to the story, that it is normal that you do that. It's not something like, okay, this person has to go up there in order to unlock it because it does, because things
Mhm.
happen if you do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
but then I was wondering, okay, maybe it's explained in the story. Okay, it is not weird that you have to go to the tower and unlock the map. Okay, but then maybe you are going to do the same thing that you have been doing in other games, that is the same
Kind of
actions.
repetitive, yes.
Exactly. I mean, it's okay, maybe if even if it's well explained, you are still doing the same thing. I mean, I don't see it as something bad, but the thing is, the originality, I mean, the new stuff to do, I mean, it's like adding a new game to the open world universe. And I mean, obviously, I mean, from what I'm seeing, it looks really good. I mean, even it reminds me, I mean, the interface or how you interact with the environment, it reminds me a bit of Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, it's like a very movie. It's like a movie, right? This is, but the combat I sees it now that is I'm seeing combat right now. I mean, I'm seeing something like really RPG, maybe with a lot of experiences, a lot of experience points that you have to accumulate, or many enemies. I don't know if it's going to be hard, if it's going to be only one level of difficulty and that's it. But I think I have the same problem as you. I mean, it looks good, but I don't know if it looks as good as to play it, to play the whole game from the beginning to the end. I mean, it is what you mentioned. I mean, the plot is going to be that interesting to avoid these repetitive things that I've already done in other games.
Mhm. Yeah. I think that the initial experience of the game is probably going to be a blast. It's going to be really fun because of all this kind of movement that you have throughout the world, and these kind of things. My fear, obviously, the plot, the story, it's a thing that we also don't quite know. It is true that it's been classified as Peggy 18, so probably there's going to be, and well, Fabio will probably tell you about a bit more about it. Um, but what I want to know is, as if while you level up and you do different things around the map or whatever, and you go through the story, if also the gameplay is going to stay fresh, like the abilities that they give you over time, they're going to maintain an interest on you, or if you're going to get used to it. Because if it's very flashy, it's true that you get really invested to it, but if on the long run you don't get many and many more things to do throughout the map, maybe it gets a bit boring. So yeah, sorry, Fabio, I was telling them about
Okay.
the Peggy 18.
Mhm.
That is Peggy 18, right?
Yeah, it's Peggy 18 because I don't know, they have some suicide and alcohol. I don't know what kind of dirty history would they have, but it's, yeah, it's Peggy 18.
Hmm.
And it will be out in
January 24.
it's
24. Oh wow. Okay, I thought it was 23. Okay, okay. No, then it's yeah. We still have a long time to see it. Yeah.
No, 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 no. It's the next January 24. O sea, 24 the
Oh,
day.
okay, 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 okay. Sorry, I thought you meant 2024. Sorry.
No, no, 2024. No, no, no.
Hmm.
imagine. I mean, then will be like a really long development. That would be another development hell, but no, it isn't. This next January, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Lastly, I mean, this will be the last game that we're going to talk about the Gamescom. We are going to do a really quick review of the games announced in the State of Play of September. Um, I don't know. Did you get to watch the State of Play, guys?
Yeah, was too short, but was kind of nice. I don't know. I wait more, I guess.
You waited more.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you expect something? Any game?
From PlayStation, mm, I don't know, but with Tekken 8, God of War, Project Eve. Right now is Stellar Blade. I don't remember. I think it's okay, but more about this game.
And what about you, Fabio? Fabio Casares. Did you watch the State of Play?
No, I didn't. When the other day we talked about it, there was a couple of games that seemed pretty cool. So maybe I can comment on them. I don't know.
Yes, I'm going to do a quick review. Okay, so if you want to say something about it, please make me stop. Okay,
Okay.
say something aloud. Send me to whatever. Okay, are you ready?
Okay. Okay.
Sure, let's go.
So let's do
Let's
it. We
go.
start with the Tekken Fight and Saga. It has been in charge of opening the state of play with the announcement of Tekken8, thus confirming the return of the Bandai Namco license that will land on PlayStation at some point, yet to be determined. It will be released in 2023, I believe, but it's still not determined, so we'll see.
I don't think so. 2023.
Why? Why you say so?
I don't know, because we compete with Street Fighter 6 in the Game of the Year, so maybe they wait to the next year.
You think?
Yeah, sometimes that happened. Maybe do you have a Street Fighter 6 to we don't have a day for the Street Fighter 6. We have a club beta, but we have a clue. The clue is it's
Yeah, clue.
Yeah,
Yes,
club.
like more
yeah,
or less.
yeah. Maybe he go out February from 2023.
Oh, but sorry, but I was thinking, the Game of the Year award. Do they give you any money, or is just renowned?
Is the award. Maybe sometimes you make like this Game of the Year edition that includes the DLC and everything.
But I
But
mean,
I
apart
don't
from
know.
that,
It's a good question. Let me.
but I understand that it's mostly the recognition.
okay. But yeah.
Yes, yes, tell me.
No, but I mean, if it were a new game, I would say okay, yeah, maybe wait. But Tekken and Street Fighter, the kind of players that go into each game is, I guess, it's different. For example, I'm more of a Tekken player, and well, my brother back in the day was more of a Street Fighter player. So I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter that much if it's Game of the Year or not.
But
But that's my opinion.
I'd say that I'm more like a Soul Calibur player.
Oh, so Calibur, that's a great game also. Yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely it is. We continue with Ishin Like a Dragon. The creator studio of the Yakuza saga is back. One of the great surprises of the state of play has been the presence of Sega to announce a new game in the Yakuza saga, a spin-off of a past game called Like a Dragon, Ishin. It has been announced, and for the first time, the Sega Sub-Saga comes out from Japan to the West in February 2023. To PS5, I don't know if other platforms. I am not really sure. Have you been? Do you know the saga? Do you know the Yakuza saga? I'm kind of interested. I
Yeah.
would like to get in sometime, but I haven't had the pleasure by now. What about you?
I just about the name because they have a very good franchise. They have a very nice game. I think the history about the Yakuza is a great history. So they have uh, I don't know how to say, humor negro. ¿Cómo se dice humor negro?
A dark humor.
A dark, yeah. So this is a kind of fine for me. So maybe I need to play, but they have a lot of Yakuza games. Maybe eight games. So
Yes, yes, there are
Yeah,
many.
many. Mhm.
We continue with one that I think is for me the most interesting one. That is Pacific Drive. A car in the middle of a storm, a mystery to solve. Inspired by the rhythm of a motor engine, Pacific Drive is a first person survival driving game. As you explore the area, your car is your only salvation. We are talking about a game that you are driving a car while you are in first person perspective. I think I always played these kind of games in the third person perspective. But I understand that this limitation, the thing that you only have this perspective from inside the car, gives you, I understand also that you can see the stats because, you have, from what I understand, you have to find resources to maintain and upgrade the vehicle. I cannot, I don't know if there was a moment that you stop the car, get out of the car, take the things and upgrade it. I understand, I don't know, maybe you go above it or that you, okay, no, okay, you can leave the car. So, I understand that you can repair it there. But I understand that mostly the gameplay is going to be inside the car. I understand that there is some humor because it's it looks like a serious game, but you are in a car really high technology, a high tech car. It reminds me a bit of this TV show, the
Pikmin,
Fantastic.
right?
No, I mean in Spanish it was called like the Fantastic car. I don't know if in English it was the
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider, exactly, Knight Rider. But it's like a familiar car, so I understand that there's some humor in it, and as you can see in the gameplay, it's happening many things on the screen. So
I had an idea here. Do you guys know the well, it's an anime called Initial D, but there's kind of like a meme going around with the song called Deja Vu. Have you ever heard of it? Do you know about it?
no,
No.
No, no.
Shit! This would have been so fun. Anyway, yeah, just go on with it.
no. What are your thoughts about it? What are your thoughts about this game? Do you are you feel so interested about it?
I don't, as I told you back on the other podcast, I don't know how to feel about it. I mean, I think
Yes.
So-
interesting at best. Maybe it's fun. Maybe it's it's revolutionary on the idea. Some of the ideas, like only first person driving, I think it's cool. Probably all of those people who have the steering wheel and all that, like the whole setting for cars, probably they will have a really good time with the game. Not a game I would buy. I don't know how long it's going to be. Have many doubts about it, but it's still, cool idea.
yeah, I think it's a cool idea, but I don't know what happened there. Tell me something.
We'll see. I mean, there's still no announcement yet, not any date. So it will be determined in 2023 on PlayStation 5. So we'll see. Next game we are going to see is Sin Duality. Sin Duality, yeah. Another title that has made its debut in the state of play. A new IP developed by Bandai Namco. I believe that there are some games announced by Bandai Namco in this. Well, not Bandai Namco, many Japanese companies announced many games in this state of play. In this game, in Sin Duality, you embark on an all-new dystopian journey with Magus, your AI, and explore the post-apocalyptic world of Amnesia. Armed with your robot, you must compete for resources, avoid the rain, it rings a bell about the Death Stranding, and reclaim the land that humanity has lost in a future where humans and AI must find a way to work together. According to the official description of the game, it will be arrived in 2023. Does it look interesting to you guys?
Not
Um,
at all. Not at all for me. I mean, cool. I
no,
hope it works.
I don't. Maybe it's great because they have a nice view, but I don't know. It's for right now. I have a lot of games, so
But then, Fabio,
yeah,
I want to know what you think about this next game that we are going to talk. It is called Stellar Blade, but it wasn't the name that it had in the beginning. At the beginning, I think it was called Project Eve.
yeah.
It is, tell me if I'm wrong, action, sci-fi, hack and slash style combat. It reminds me a bit of a Bayonetta, maybe.
Yeah,
Near in a sci-fi apocalypse, we have a
in the
new
space.
in the space. That's
Yeah.
a good detail. We have seen a new gameplay trailer. What new things we have, and also these two news, right? Like this change of name and the thing that it will be available in 2023 exclusively for PS5.
We have today. I think we don't have
No,
today.
we don't have exact date. We only have a year, and as
Oh,
always, when they say the year, we have to be cautious about it because who knows?
yeah.
But it grabbed your attention, right, Fabio? You
Yeah,
told
yeah,
me that.
I like too much because, like I say in the last podcast, I see here uh, bayonet style with a space, uh, like anime with the high
What
technology
of those features is the one that you like most?
anime
Anyway,
and Bayonetta. You never play Bayonetta. You need to feel
no, I haven't.
Bayonetta. Feel his mumming. It's like a
Really?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Do
Yeah,
you so
it's
for,
very
do you consider yourself like a hack and slash guy, or it's only because of Bayonetta?
No, no, for everything, really, for everything. This is a really nice game because all this is for me. The history I sure about this is something you need to pay attention, some detail. Um, I don't know if we have some level here like a RPG or just hack and slash, but for me it's amazing. I went too much about this, and it's exclusive from Sony, so I
Yeah.
think this
Well,
is
I guess that we will
right.
see it maybe on PC, but there's nothing confirmed. And then we will go to Rise of the Ronin. I think that this game also grabbed your attention to both of you. Well, not every day a new action RPG game is announced with the signature of Team Ninja. Koei Tecmo and Sony joined forces to create Rise of the Ronin, a new game of fantasy and sword fighting in a new vision of Japan in 1863. It looks scandalous, and it will still take their time to develop because its trailer places us in 2024. It will 2024, sorry, and it will be exclusive for PS5. I understand that you liked it, right, Casares?
Yeah, and not only that. After the last stream, because I didn't want to give erroneous data about it, I actually went to the internet, went to YouTube, and watched some videos of the different eras of Japan, because it said something that was, I mean, I'm not gonna say completely mistaken, but a bit at least. So as the game says, it's 8063, and that's right when it's come when the Tokugawa end. Sorry, Tokugawa era is coming to an end.
Mhm.
The sorry, the ship that you saw, Fabio, that it had like guys from the US, like Americans.
Yep.
That's actually one of the, well, the moment that the US went to Japan just with like four ships. They were
Mhm.
called the black ships, actually, just four of them, and they put themselves close to the capital, which was now is known as Tokyo. Back then, it was called Edo,
Mhm.
and they pointed the cannons to the capital, and they fired, but they fired blank bullets. Do you know what I mean with blank bullets? Like they were not real bullets. Like they just made kind of like a sound, an explosion, but it was not. They were not real shots. And so basically, they just went like, we are technologically superior to you. We want to trade with you, but if you say no, then probably we're going to, hit you hard.
Mhm.
So they basically had to say, yeah, okay, we'll trade with you, um, which I found really interesting, to be honest. But the thing is, yeah, the story is about an ex samurai, which is now a ronin. As I said, the ronin is a samurai that has no lord anymore. Back in the day, the ronin were seen like one of the lowest people that could live in Japan, because when a samurai lost their lord, they were supposed to suicide because of the rules of the samurai, and if you didn't, you had no honor basically, and you were so seen as a scum, the lowest class of all Japan. And so these people were mercenaries. They took any
Yeah.
job. They did whatever they could. They became robbers. They assaulted caravans. They killed people. They assassinated. It's kind of the worst of the worst. But also at the same time, they had a lot of skill to kill, and they used not just the katana but many other things. What were you going to say, Fabio? Sorry.
He liked too much the money.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you have no land and no lord, what do you have? Money. You need
Money.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money.
And some of the things that we see, like here, he goes up flying kind of in his own device. The gameplay looks really good. I don't know. It just the era that is chosen, and hopefully all the things that are going to talk about, it's going to be great. And I think it's going to be a really really good game.
Yeah. Add to this, do you know I don't know the company, but how is the name? Ronan Kenshin, Samurai
Oh
X.
yeah, yeah. They're
It,
going to launch a new anime soon.
yeah,
Actually,
they have a new anime.
hmm
So I don't know, is it a remake or a reboot about this
I
or
think it's a continuation, but I'm not sure.
nah? I don't think it's a continuation. Nah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
But look amazing. Did you see the trailer?
No, I didn't. I haven't. No, no, no.
You have
I
to.
saw
You
I
have
saw
to.
it like yesterday or a couple of days ago. I was like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen it. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say to finish the rest of the running that I just saw the main character using, I mean, fighting with a sword that at the same time he used it as a weapon, as a gun. I'm just going to
Yeah.
leave that detail there. We are going to have a samurai shotgun kind of game. I like that. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. Yeah. The more weapons you bring to a table, the better, I guess.
Yeah.
And the more combinations, and well, this, this kind of flying around, I mean, this is going to be really, really interesting. And lastly, God of War was not announced, was reminded, I guess. But what was announced was the controller that is going to be custom of God of War. So I understand that it will be released in the same day, the 8th or 9th of
Nine.
November. The 9th
Yeah.
of November
November 9.
is going to be released God of War Ragnarok. We'll see how that goes because it looks really good. And to finish this streaming, lastly, we are going to do a quick review of the Nintendo Direct. This time, I did it in the in the usual order, from the beginning to the end. This time, I would like to go to the end since I believe that is the most interesting game that I want to mention from this. I don't know if it's saying Nintendo or 19 or Nintendo. I'm saying Nintendo because it's how I know it, the console game. So if you don't like it, sorry. So, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, as well as the vast lands of Hyrule that we already know from Breath of the Wild, the sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, will take players to the skies and beyond. Link's immense adventure will kick off again in this sequel, coming to Nintendo Switch the 12th of May next year. And I'm very curious to know how they mixed these two games, because I understand that they are using the same setting of Breath of the Wild 1 and including more stuff on it, because if not, I don't know how they're going to do it. And we'll see if it's going to be two cartridges, because I don't know how they are going to put so much data in the same in the same cartridge, really.
I don't know. I have a lot of questions about this. Um, I don't know. Is the continue about the Breath of the
No, I think
Wild?
it's the no, it's not. It's not the continuation. It's not after the events of the first game, I think.
I, I don't know because I play the Hyrule Warrior. They have some kind of history different about we remember. So I don't know. Maybe they have two time after before Breath of the Wild, but before maybe 100 years. I don't know. A lot of time.
Obviously, because of the events that happened in Breath of the Wild 1. Um, then we have second game, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Um, A part of Return to Dreamland, Kirby's 2D Wii game. In Europe, it was called Kirby's Adventure Wii. Was announced. It keeps the local cooperative and its collection of games with some new ones. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe is coming to Nintendo Switch the 24th of February 2023. I continue. If you don't stop me, I continue, okay?
Go ahead.
Go.
Then we continue with the Tales of Symphonia Remastered. I mean, I have a kind of nostalgia on this game because I had it. I mean, I've played a few RPG games, and seriously, when I say that I played not many Japanese games, but this one I did it. I did it when I was a teenager, and I liked it. I don't remember anything at all. I don't remember any of the story. That's why maybe I say to play this one in order to. to see if I can remember some of this stuff. I don't know if I will, because I understand that since it's a remaster, I understand that they haven't changed anything, so maybe it hasn't aged really well. We'll see. Um, so yes, Bandai Namco announces this remastered from, as I said, my teenager ages. That means GameCube and PS2, and well, it will come into us the next year, I believe, in the beginning. Yes, in early 2020, early 2023.
Early.
Yes, early. We continue with one that I know that Fabio is really, really interested, and that would be Bayonetta 3. It's curious because everybody that likes the game, I mean, that has played the game and likes it, is like a huge fan of Bayonetta. And others, I suppose, that are not interested into the genre, but they are not. But it's cool because the ones that have played the game and that like the genre, they loved it. Maybe you can say more information about it, Fabio.
Yeah, it's just because previous of Bayonetta we have Dante is a character of Devil May Cry. So is this guy and I am amazing and he picks I have to gun, I kill the everything. So after that they come Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a witch with a four gun because have two in each hand, one in her feet.
Jesus
So
Christ.
yeah, this is cool. She have a katana. She is dance. She's funny. She's sexy. They have some ability. Do you see the his clothes? So his black clothes.
Hmm.
So she I don't know how to say is his hair.
Yes.
So yeah, in one moment it's not naked because they block in that part, but they have a monster from the care. It's amazing. It's amazing character. He has of charisma, como digo, charisma.
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 Hmm.
Charisma. So, okay, okay. So it's too fun to play with her. Really. They have a history, maybe a little confused about a little girl. He go to the future and past. I don't know. It's really a great character
Good.
and fun.
I love that you love it, man. I love that
Thank
you
you.
love it.
Thank you, Dede.
We continue with Pikmin 4. This time was the great Shigeru Miyamoto who returns, reminding that the Super Mario Bros. Movie will be released in spring 2023. But he has not come to talk about the movie, but also about Pikmin. And above all, Pikmin 4, the sequel, will be out in 2023, and a brief teaser was shown in the Nintendo Direct, confirming that it will be out in 2023. And you will be able to play as the Pikmin themselves from the ground. So that will be a mechanic interesting to see for the people who like Pikmin. We continue with Mario and Rabbids, the sequel of. The sequel of the first game from Ubisoft, when we had these images of the developer almost crying when his game was shown in the as the announcements. We have here the sequel. It's a game. It's a really strategical game, and in this teaser they showed how the exploration of the maps was really much improved in comparison with the first one. It comes out this year, the October 28th. And we follow up with the Octopath Traveler 2. I know that you've been interested in the first installment. I don't know what your opinion is about the second one, but what I can say about this one is that it's a new game for the Octopath Traveler series. The sequel takes the series signature HD 2D graphics a little bit further, seamlessly blending old-fashioned pixel art with 3D. In the world of Solistia, 8 new travelers will face the challenges of an exciting new era. We'll see where their adventures will lead them. And this game will be available the February 24th, 2023 on Nintendo Switch. And I suppose since the first game is on PC, I understand that the sequel will be available on PC later on.
PS5.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's in PS5.
Is it on PS5 the
Yeah.
first game?
No. The first game, no. The second one.
This
It,
one is going to
yeah,
be on
it's
PS5.
coming to yeah.
They're going to make at some point the complete edition with both of them in PS5. So yeah, at some
Maybe
point,
yeah.
yeah.
I understand that you played the first one recently, right, Fabio?
Yeah, I have the second round about the Octopath Traveler because the history have some point I don't like too much, but I give him a new opportunity. So I've, right now I have 14 hours, so in 3 days.
And so far, how is it?
Great. The game is amazing. It's you like the G the no the G, ¿cómo se dice J?
The
JRPG.
JRPG.
JRPG. They like this game. You have to a merchant. You have a warrior. You have a wizard. You have a healer. Do you have everything you do you want? Do you have job? Do we get change with your character? You have everything, but some point in the history, I don't know what happened. I boring. So this is my second opportunity to him.
Hopefully, it will be better than the first one.
Yeah, right now it's better. I don't know if you have a new vision of this, but right now it's better.
Okay, good.
We continue with the Fatal Frame Project Zero. I don't know if you're aware of this saga. I wasn't until I look it up. The plot is this: after mysteriously disappearing as a child, teenager Ruka Minazuki now visits an abandoned hospital in search of her lost memories. In this survival game, players will use the camera obscura to repel evil spirits and uncover long forgotten memories. Project Zero Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is coming to the West for the first time on Nintendo Switch in early 2023, and it's also out on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and Steam, like last year's port of Maiden of Black.
Dogan, do you play Parasite Eve?
Uh, I I had like yeah. I mean, I played the first one
Mhm.
for some hours. I mean, I kind of liked the concept, but some of the things of the game were a bit too slow for me.
Yeah, but I see the face of this girl. I see if the protagonist of this game. I don't know. Is you remember?
Yeah, but Eve was more. Well, I mean, you mean the protagonist of Parasite Eve? She was like a blonde, right? Wasn't she?
Yeah, it was blonde, but the haircut and his everything. I don't know.
Well, I mean, visually, well, maybe kind
And
of
this
reminds
picture,
me,
I
but
see. I see this picture. I see the protagonist for us. But
maybe.
I'm sorry. We continue.
No. It's I was thinking. So you said, Eugene, the first time coming to the West. So it feels like then this game was launched like for other console, maybe PS3 or something like that. Is that
Maybe,
correct?
maybe I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it just says PS4 in the.
I'm because last time I ridiculed the graphics a bit, but I think yeah, probably in the past it came to PS3 or something like that,
Or
and
PC.
now it's coming to or PC, and now it's coming to the West with a port to for everyone who likes the saga, which I'm not included. But yeah, well, hopefully we'll do good. I don't know.
Yes, for the ones who are interested, it will be out. It was this year, yeah, no, in early 2023. So let's see how that goes. And then we finishes with the last game that would be Fire Emblem Engage. The Engage is not something superficial, it's important since the long awaited new Fire Emblem game for Nintendo Switch will tell the resurrection of a dragon. The protagonist wakes up after 1,000 years as the descendant of a lineage of dragons, maybe. As a new mechanic, the main character will be able to engage, hence its name, and for the rest, it's just a prototypical Fire Emblem game, tactical turn-based strategy, and maps in squares. It will be out the 20th of January 2023, and a special edition, Divine Edition, will be available with a poster and an art book. So if you want it, go for it because it will be really difficult to get.
Hmm.
And to finish it, I mean, to finish with this, it is for me really important to mention that the players, so us as players, will be able to enjoy one of the classic shooter games of Nintendo 64. It will be included in the this subscription service that I'm not paying for it, but I just love that it's there. GoldenEye 007. The interesting thing is that it will be also available for Xbox Game Pass. But the thing is that the online will be exclusive for Nintendo Switch. I don't know why that must be a positive news. I would love to be available for everyone. But well, the online will be only available to Switch. But if we want to play, because I think I don't know if to call it a remaster, but well, an adapted HD version of GoldenEye 007. And well, more stuff that like the Tunic, It Takes Two, Front Mission Remake, and Sifu will be available for Nintendo Switch in the following months. We will have 2 tracks from the upcoming. No, sorry, we will have a new wave of new races for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in a new DLC pack. We have more stuff for the Mario Strikers and more stuff for the Wii Sports, so that's good. And this would be the last thing about the Nintendo Direct. And also, we arrived to the end of our beloved podcast. My good fellas, how are you feeling?
Good, good. I really need to go to the bathroom. I've been taking some Monster, and I'm looking forward to it. No, but it's been a cool a cool stream. I hope the people that came to the stream liked it. The people who watch in the YouTube can comment anything they like there. We will be able to comment on them as well. And well, I just hope that we can do this soon
Yes.
again.
Maybe
For sure.
we will see each other in other ways. Maybe playing. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who
Would be
knows?
nice.
Who
Who
knows?
knows? But yeah, it's been really nice to speak to you with this. As always, happy. No, thanks to you, Galactic Choloquic, for being with us, talking about these games. I am sure that we are tired of talking about the Nintendo Direct and the state of play. We are eager to know what is going next in the following months. I'm sure we will talk about the God of War Ragnarok and about new indie games like, for example, Ereban Shadow Legacy. We are not going to give more details, but I hope that you stay tuned in order to know more about the games that we are going to talk. So thank you again, guys, for being with me. Thank you, listener, YouTube viewer, whoever you are. Thank you for just being with us, and we'll see in the next one.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.